Agent.
That's what they think. Okay? Example, I did a video of Feneko. You were sleeping by that time.
Yeah.
To drum. Then they think Mawere is sending me. That's what they think. It's called the literacy. They are illiteracy.
But she said, who is she? Because I don't know her. She.
Okay, she's a socialite. She was dominating Facebook. She was telling people, I'm a lawyer in Australia. I work for the Prime Minister in Australia. Right? Then, Mkoma Masimba came from Norway, Benzi from Norway. I live in Australia. I live in Melbourne. Then I met her. Then we did what we did. It's adult. Right? Consensual. It's a house. Right? Then I told the people that then she got upset. That Shamba Benzi I'm talking about my side. That's my story, not you, my story. Then she left Facebook. Then she said to come back again. Then I divine Daraga. Dara Mawiri, Magapok Despero Dara. One who paying up to paying up Despero, who paying up Dara. Yeah, those are the signals now. And over signal. Remember my book, you could look at my signals. Malemba Akachima Mama, give me a signal. I'm answering Juju. With the Juju in Zimbabwe, I got the signals in Zimbabwe. Nimwana Kafa. Niya Zenganga. Right? In a radio show, promote Nganga. The same show, you could track a damage control. Juju, I got the signal. Don't worry about Zimbabwe. I'm in charge. For BhukuReBenzi. Not about Zimbabwe. Because BhukuReBenzi, I'm looking for my mother. Who is the mother? The mother is Zimbabwe. They think that I'm 37 years old. I don't need my mother. I'm above 18, legally speaking. Ethically, of course. But my Wangundara, from day one, right? Then I was institutionalized for education system, Christianity. But I used to reject that. Because I am me. That's me. But it took me long to show my mother, the mama, this is the Mama Kapirika, that's me. You made a choice. I'm the other one. Choose a baby. And I'm the first son. That's me. Then in what? Who am I? I'm telling people, in people like the base background. But then I know which brains to the focus. But where is me? That's my mentor. Because in a banana because I'm going to one. And Nagana Chairman. All chairman know what they think, not what I teach them. That's my way, that's me. So that I'll visualize myself. You are Mkoma Masimba, but you Mkoma Masimba on another level. Where my mother was wishing me to be. So I'm telling my mother, that's what you wanted me to be. But deny it, Mama, that's what I'm doing here. Don't waste your time, Dara. Okay? You're wasting your time on the design. Let it talk to me. Guess what she did? She blocked me. Then she talks to you about me. That's nonsense in that. Then I'm telling Zimbabweans, what about Zimbabweans? Just say Chakachaza. One where uyu, one muno matata kupurport, I corrupt. One muno has not been about any political affiliations. He told the story about Musipa went to President Mugabe because they have a gompo wa Chief Mukama. Kuti mawera tenga mind is say Mugabe uli potira amazagwe. Then Mugabe and then Musipa came to you and told him, Mawere, the president is upset. Then you met the president Mugabe. And you ask the question, the president, what did I just say? Mawere, then you went back to Musipa. That's exactly what Divine is doing. That's it you see. Now I'm like right now. I'm taking your lessons to the people so that what in the next generation will learn from that. Exactly.
So that's where we are, and he is crying. He's saying that Mawere talked to Mkoma Masimba, and I told him I don't have the power. even the energy to talk to anyone. So if there's a dispute, it's between two adults. I deal with it, and then the lawyer said you and Chipo and perhaps myself are trying to extort Divine, and you said that the only way you can delete is if he pays you money. That's what they are now saying. Hello?
That's why I'm not even saying people should pay money. That's why I'm only saying senior must pay money. You know why? But they don't know why they paying. They don't know why are they paying that money, right? They don't even know why are they paying that money.
No, this is not to do with C to C. They are alleging that you are saying for you to delete the video that you did with Chipo, you are asking Divine to pay 50,000. And that's what the lawyer repeated, or Rumbi. Hello?
Just because I said, you are my mentor. We never said Simba will be mentor, Mdara. I don't want you to be involved. I don't want to give you headaches, Mdara. Anything about me, Mdara, just give them my number. Let them WhatsApp me. I don't want you to be involved with these things, Mdara.
So
when I talk to you, I want to talk about mentorship, not about divine, Rubizai, whatever. I'll waste your time, I'll waste my time.
That's what I told them.
I did a video, right? You were sleeping. Then people say, no, that's me. Then now I'll call him that and those laters. What do you think? Then you start to nurture me. You start to mentor me, right?
Yeah.
I'm a step ahead of you. As a teacher, I'm class can class breaking that. Then you ask me questions, Simba, why? That's mentorship, right? Then I'll be explained to you when then you correct me with so this step ahead, I'm not that stupid. Teacher, give me content. Teacher, I'm learning from you. I want to show you what I'm learning. Right? I'm showing you that at the moment, no one can prove it with Mawere is corrupt. No one can prove Mawere was politician. No one can stand up to say Rita Makarau, Makata Zabasarenyi. I did it in IT as one. I'm with brothers, Niti, Job Scala. They are lawyers. Right? They call you, but I'm the one based in Vita. Sakatese tiri mapenzi. Imimi timeka musiri based in Dara. It's like a family. Tukubira baba. Tiri wana wenyu, rubi mwana wenyu shakari. Tifeni mwana wenyu shakari. Biti mwana wenyu shakari. Right? Mnanga kulisha mwari Dara wenyu. Right? It's like a family setup here. But they go to Baba about me. Baba is saying no. Masiba mwana na mwana wangu musukuru mwana. Can you see? I'm taking that. SMM Muzukuru. Right? How about the point that you people are going to food Mushana Murefu? How about?
Yeah.
That's BhukuReBenzi. It's a dedication to Sharp SMM, to Mr. Mawere, to my mother. Mama. Yes, but reality, Mama, I'm 37, Mama. The world must have taught you, Mama. Mabereka mwana, but you pay the pain. Mwana here, actually, I'm choose up. I'm teaching mothers now. I'm teaching also mothers with Mabereka mwana. I don't know if I didn't pick. That's it. Let mwana item choose up. I can talk and here and now talk. I'm going to Australia on the streets. Remember homeless people here or whatever. They've got mothers too. So what's so special about my mother? There's no one superior. These are lessons of BhukuReBenzi. But in life, people make choices.
So I didn't. Mary asked, did Mr. Mawere listen to that live for yesterday? I didn't have a chance to listen to it. But if you have something to share, that's fine. What are the lessons that you learned from this experience, your Divine Nachipo? are there any lessons that you learn?
Number one, I learned the word consent. Chipo asked you, Mdara, I want to talk to you about this. He said no. Then he said, I want to go to Mkoma Masimba. Then you referred Chipo to Mkoma Masimba, and I accepted to host Chipo. Right? But a consensual. Right? We're using common sense, reasoning, and logic. Then Chipo told me about divine. Then Chipo shared with me in the world about divine. That's Chipo's side. Then I said, divine, come and give me your side of the story. Divine is nowhere to be found.
So what are the lessons you have learned?
I've learned a lot in that. I've learned responsibility. I've learned choice. I've learned and I accepted. Right? Since I accepted, I also have responsibility to respect the Chipo. And also, whatever name she mentions, I have to make an effort now to make them know when the Chipo is talking about you. And I did that to divine. I played my part. Then I've learned people when they make mistakes like divine, they blame people like Ngoma Masimba. But it doesn't know Ngoma Masimba Benzi. It's like, who blame Benzi? But there's a lot, it's a case study.
Okay, what do we learn about building communities, or even when you say C to C, what is it that we are learning? Because according to divine, C to C is me.
I'm learning one thing. C to C is what I'm wearing. Once you join it, it's you. Then you bring what you bring to C to C. But people in the problem one, Takajara could join a group. A group rally, Ramaweri. No, Maweri came up with an idea. But if you accept that idea, Maweri is telling you, it's not about me, then you have to take over and talk about you, not Maweri. That's what I learned. Right? Then divine is not understanding what is C to C. He's thinking C to C is Maweri. Divine, my brother, C to C is you. You are a paid member. Right? Not Maweri. Maweri is saying, let's build a bridge and shared understanding. Then divine is building a wall.
So, Anzi Nameri, this is destroying the very community that you are trying to build.
Mary, I cannot answer her. She does not even know about this community. Mary was supposed to say, what is this community about? So Mary, my sister, welcome to C2C. C2C, younger idea ya Mdara Mawere. Mdara Mawere. Inini, ndakamuudza kuti iwe Mdara yoga. First, we say, iwe munhu wandadzidza zvakawanda pauri akutadza inini. Because iwewe, I thought you were corrupt Mawere. I thought you were a politician. But Mawere, you proved me, no, Simba, I'm just Mawere. I was just doing what I did. Right? So, the Katora got idea. They should down. That idea, it can save Zimbabwe. Because Zimbabwe actually, the people like Mary right now. Right? For Zimbabwe. I also need to visit her. But I have to also find ways for Mary to good visit. But the rebels, man, you got to man.
So, would you want a community Isinama Penzi?
I want a committee. Yes, we say. I want a committee. Mary, she thinks when she pays me money, I'm going to eat a man. She doesn't know. It's Mary. Show me what you want, Mary. Then as a committee, we support you.
And Moses Aruguti, Anzum Kwama Simba, I think it is you who doesn't get it.
Moses, why want that role? See, people, they identify a problem, they won't explain. Why are we that role? So that I can learn from Moses. You see that?
Yeah. So
Moses
said, Moses
Simba is not understanding. You see Moses, that's fine. So Moses is the practical solution. So that I can learn from you, Moses. Teach me.
Yeah, Moses, you are saying he doesn't get it and you get it. Maybe you can.
No, I'm learning about it. I'm learning about it. I'm not getting it. All I know so far, my very idea is called C2C. Then I joined the C2C. I'm still learning about it. But I know one thing for sure. It's not my way. It's about me now. What am I doing about it? I'm writing a book. That's what I'm doing right now. Right? My book has nothing to do with my way. But in my book, I said my way is my mentor. Right? Actually, what if he dies tomorrow? Right? What am I going to do? I'll continue as me. I've learned to be me, Mbara.
Anzi namunya masimba na mawere. Be what? Be buku renyu maneta imwi muri vaviri ndimi mapenzi mubuku renyu.
Aiwa, inini mbuku rangu manje. Na riri buku rangu ndiri kuti inini chese tiri mapenzi kusara kwa mawere. Because that's why I said you are my mentor. Jiwe kwa usiri benzi. Iye munya watu mbuku rangu ibenzi. Kana siri benzi, you must face me live and prove it as me. Awadi. Vano kuda ndikasikali ndakati achavereka makomezana ina achavereka makomezi ndare. Ndakutochuza makomeza ndada angu. Ndakufamba nebhora rangu. I'm looking for my mother. Ndiri mwana akatadzira mai wake. I'm angry. Ndara. Takati zviri nani kurara mutoilet macho ndokura kumurara nini. Zviri nani kudya hangu doti. Because I didn't know. Kuti wakomana ndo zvakaitika Zimbabwe, ndo zvakaitika muZimbabwe naigara nini. I was there in 2004 Mdara. When China Master did that what he did. I was there. Takatoti pamberi na China Master pasi na mawere mandu. Urumende na kufixa corruption. Right? Then I was reading the Herald. I didn't know the newspaper. Muna anyoro nyaka. I didn't know I can also say what I can say to that comment. I was brought up with the newspaper. I was paper. So I'm radio. That's why I'm attacking Tilda. That's why I blocked Tilda to come to Australia. Radio, I got shot. I got this tape. That same radio. Right now, okay, I'll go to the police. I want to check with the police. I want to ask the police, am I being sued or what? Okay? Get about police so that I can verify that right now. Nonsense, Mdara. That is very nonsense, Mdara. BhukuReBenzi. Derangu is my book. Not today. I said, Mdara. You don't invite you to book. Mdara and Ruto to move. Police. Police. Hello, police. Hello. Is police for you? Sorry. Live here. Number one. Okay, very far with you. I don't know. I'm on the phone now, right? And I'm being told soon. Oh, homeless. Like homeless. Because I'm not with anybody. I'm like, let me verify my name to see if I'm sued. Maybe I'm wanted or warrant of arrest. See for matter. Court. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Thank you very much. You've answered me. So far, so good. Mr. Mawere, I'm with the police right now. They're telling me, Simba, thank you very much. You see, Mr. Mawere, my police are right? He's talking nonsense, Mr. Mawere. Hello?
Hello, yeah.
Hello, Mr. Mawere. Okay, I'm with the police right now. They're telling me, on our records, Simba, better go to civil court, whatever. That's all right, I'll go there. Instead of civil court, watch. We'll check out because I'm homeless. I'm not fixed about. So I'll go there and check them. Can you see, Dara? I'm proving you. Let's not waste time, Dara. It's time to use logic and common sense. That's what BhukuReBenzi. Right now, I'm with CBD. I have to go to the police. My police are what? Let's check. We can check. I'm sitting with a home. So the criminal mechanism.
Yeah.
Right? So what is he talking about to be right? Rule absurd.
Yeah.
Right? I don't this sewer, I don't see somebody homeless. So like I said, how did they save the papers to me? Country homeless. I brought incoming calls. That's why I had to go to the police. Him, I just want to get it. That you could see us. Dara, you're dealing with me, but I'm very upset and angry. I'm dedicating my book to you. My choice, Dara, not your choice. I only told you that Dara,
yeah. Other James Baldwin, why, Mr. Mawere, you have Masimba doing that nonsense when you are the mentor? What are you teaching him now? I have. So they are saying that if there's any relationship of mentorship, then it's misplaced.
What is mentorship? What is a mentee? What is a mentor? I chose you. I said, I told you that your mentor wangu mdareo. You never said Simba I'm your mentor. You never said Simba I'm your teacher. It was me who chose. I said I would dedicate you with a book based on a true life story. Right? You can't stop me. You can't. Okay? That's my choice. Then you be asking me where was Daro Simba? Then I'll tell you where the Daro. That's my relationship with you.
But there are many people who don't understand what a mentor is and what a mentee is and what is mentorship. They believe that I can take you to the river and make you drink water when you are not thirsty. They think whatever you do, you are being told you are an agent of somebody else. Some people think you have lost your mental state, you have suspended your humanity. So how do we solve that?
Dara, I'm proving you a point of Dara. When you told me Simba, there's nothing called a Zimbabwe. I dakata naroneli. Then I go see a radio and I watch fire and I go design. Then I my one watch him and I pick up Brugo Bisoro. Take about the door. My watch him, I was prepare a shooter. But then I called you that same day. You're the only person I called, not them. But in Dara, I've learned. Could you are correct? There's nothing called the Zimbabwe there. My one people are a shooter. Name one and 37 years. And never wonder. Right? But my one will shoot a BP boss or go for the road, the man away, you want away. But you got for the Rambuya, Rima Zimbabwe. Is it Utica? Agumana, the governor would be right. Dara, the better signal. There's nothing called the Zimbabwe there. But they think they are Zimbabweans. Look at their comments now. That's Zimbabwe now. Zimbabwean. You see now, I'm telling you, Dara, what you taught me, I'm showing you. I hope you're also learning what I'm trying to do here.
Yeah. But what is mentorship? Because there seems to be a problem there. Because everybody are not, everybody are not Kanauri Uri mentee. Then you must be a clone of the mentor. When nobody mentored me to be who I am who I am. But sharing experiences doesn't make you know what tomorrow should be. You remain you. And how best do you mentor others? And 2 weeks ago, Tatina Divine on a private call. A few minutes ago, Rumbi told me this morning that Mr. Mawere, I am a lawyer and I'm going to sue you for hosting the show through Masimba, Mkoma Masimba. She was suggesting that your decision to host the show was not yours. That I did this. Let me play the audio that she sent. I don't know yet. I didn't know who she is.
Mr. Mawere, I'm going to have to officially identify myself, and this is a recording that I'm actually going to send to all police officials and everybody else around, trying to flag you for something that someone has accused you for doing. First, my name is Rubidai Absword. I'm an international lawyer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put your name in a case we're doing internationally. Someone has reported that you personally and a girl called Chipo, a guy called Koba Masimba is on Facebook. His actual real name is Redoubt. He's famously known for, defamation of character and everything else. But you see, he probably doesn't want to travel the world. So it doesn't matter if we flag him with Interpol and everything else. And I have to give you this warning because for me to flag this, I need to give you a warning and give you 48 hours to remove whatever it is you're putting out on a man called Divine Martha. First things first, you are involved in it. How? I don't know. I don't even need to know. But when we do this lawsuit and law case in Australia and flag it internationally, you will not be able to fly anywhere without the immigration of any country sitting you down and understanding your character, and you might not even be able to enter a lot of countries. I'm giving you the 48-hour notice that is required, right, by the UN, by any international law bodies in the world, that you shut it down or your name will be flagged. So let's say you fly into New Zealand or America or the UK, they will stop you because Interpol wants to really know this defamation of character that you've now been involved with a person, firstly, who has now have a record of being mentally ill. Why you're associated with them, they have to know. Why you want to defame another businessman, they have to know. So you will not be able to do business anywhere in the world. I'm going to flag your name, and I'm giving you 48 hours because I'm required by law to have to tell you first. So even in your country right now, after this recording, right, I'm going to draft the paperwork. I'm going to send it to you. I'm also going to give you the 48 hours required, and I'm going to contact the South African police. They will know what it is that you're doing, defamation of character of people. That's not true. And you're going around doing certain things. I cannot tell you the specifics, but I will draft the paperwork. But I'd like to give you the courtesy of 48 hours to take down or unrespond or undo what you've tried to do. Because Divine Martha, he's contacted me and he's actually said to me that you are going around supporting or trying to defame him or, doing some kind of things with some cheapo girl. Apparently the cheapo girl is not also, I have a recording I have at the moment. She's saying that you are screwing her, sleeping with her because she has a big, and I hate to have to say these words, so she's going around saying this about you also. So I don't know what you're involved in or entangled with, and I don't care. And as a man that I probably respected as a businessman in Zimbabwe, this is not unspeakable. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the warning, and I'm going to serve you with the paperwork. The South African police have said they can get your details quite easily and everything else. So we're going to deal with it from that perspective. Divine is ready to put the money in that. He's got the money. He's got the cash. So I'm a lawyer, and I fight aggressively, and I win the last, you understand? So I'm going to tell you now, I'm hoping you can listen and actually save yourself, because right now I'm engaged with H Metro, Quiet, everything else. Mutuma Mawere would be the biggest news on Monday morning everywhere you can think of. I can shut you down very easily. And that's not a threat, it's a promise. So what I need from you is to stop this whole little thing you've got going on. Apparently, it's a group called C2C, some nonsense, right? You're a grown man. Find better things to do with your time and money. Start a charity foundation. Feed the poor, the hungry. Start videos where you can teach young Zimbabwean men how to do what you've done with your success. But I'm telling you now, it's a 48-hour warning. And that's just where I'm going to take it from there. So I'm going to have to hear your response and take it from there. And I don't joke. Let's also not get that twisted. I don't joke around.
Yeah, you heard it.
She was talking to you, Mdara. What's your answer?
No, she's first she's threatening me. And she believes that you are not competent. You are a qualified person, and I'm the one causing you. So I'm the principal. I was the one who caused you to defame Divine and to have a show with Chipo. So that's what she believes in.
So Mdara mulipa charge makusuyuwa Mdara mulipa charge Mdara. Mdara. Sa mteja se mchazosungwa amene nyu Mdara.
Kusungwa nani?
Lawyer chaura kuti mawere 48 hours.
48 hours. 48 hours, I don't know what it means, but I guess this is what you get to be abused. So you see,
how did you survive with Mujikura Zimbabwe?
Yeah. That's what she's a great lawyer with a lot of. I didn't know until
international lawyer. She's an international lawyer.
That's her again.
Mr. Mawere, the worst part about why I am addressing you this way, I will explain it to you. You personally know my own father. That is why I'm addressing him to you this way. My father is from the government. He knows you. He respects you. And you're a person who would see if I did what I'm going to go ahead and do and what I'm about to do. My father said you have to talk to him first. But let me tell you something also. Whether Divine has issues of sending news to somebody or sending pictures or whatever to somebody, as name this issue has been ongoing for a very long time. This person has been trying to now extort money. Mapurisa syndrome, Antula Marie, 50,000 US, chichi. Whether you are part of it or not, maybe you are a scam person, I don't know. Cash. This has been going on for years. I've been a lawyer on this case for years. How can you, as a businessman, not even see how can you be involved and entangled in such a law case? Okay, if you want to be an extortionist, internationally, then let's go for it.
Hello?
Ndara lilipo.
Yeah. So you heard what she says?
Yeah, I did.
Ah. So she lives in Australia, that's what she says.
Yep.
Okay, Mr. Mawere, I think one name somewhere because I'm a very logical person. Chinoitika kudaiso. Nkoma Masimba, if you want to subpoena his records, he's been diagnosed and because I had to sue him for defamation of character of me. I had to sue him. And the court said you can't sue a mentally ill person. And a schizophrenia, he's been diagnosed. And a bipolar, he's been diagnosed. He has manic depression. He goes from highs to lows. I can't take him to court as a mentally capable person to answer any question or whatever. So I've recorded him saying it, admitting it, and everything else. I thought I was a nice Zimbabwean. You know, when I have mental illness, through foreign country, it would be even harder. Try to be there for him. That was on my record live. Doing this nonsense. I was a victim to his also, thing. Like, I apologize publicly. Mental illness is a real disease. Don't be associated with Namunangadar. What I'm trying to say to you is whoever is wrong, right, or whatever, vakadzi vacho varuda kuti divine ngavape mari vakatanga 2-3 years ago. Ndikavatopera mapurisa kuzimbabwe mwana wanzi lokadhi anogara kuchitungwiza anga neadresi amai kuchitungwiza kumai vaka vakaita kunge pidigudhi zvazi mwana warumbira vanhu mari kusvika pakudaro. Mahure, if you can distance yourself, now will be the time.
It's extortion.
Mr. Mawere, I want to be very clear with you, Anditi. Murimono Mukuru, and I'm coming from a respectful angle because I'm a Zimbabwean woman and we have to talk properly and we have to be civil and we have to find ways to be better Zimbabweans every day. What I'm trying to come to you and say is, firstly, you're being sucked in Mahura. This extortion did not start today. It's been years in the making. I can even show you all the information I've sent, and I can show you my dates. And I look at Yanana they've tried to extort money out of Divine for years. Years and years and years. Manuza Arquiswa out there, all in the name of give us $50,000. I've been dealing with this case for longer than you can even imagine. Longer than you've known. Ukaona munhu watumirwa nude, dai munhu aida kuzvisa nude kuzvisa public, antu wangoenda paInstagram kana paYouTube kana paFacebook or wherever social media you can use. Ozviti izvi ndo zvandiri izvi. Ukaona munhu watumirwa nude, it's for your eyes only. Riri muinbox mako. So it's defamation. And it's extortion. For that. And listen also, I would also stand up for you equally if you have a wife, an ex-wife, a girlfriend, or anyone, you send some private information and I'm now using it against you unless you give me this amount of money. I would still stand up for you the same way. This has nothing to do with it's an attack against you. No. Even as a man, guys, is this a fair thing to do? If he wanted to do and go, he's a single guy. To be fair with you, I cannot even divulge information whether he has children or not. He probably does. He just chooses not to take anything in public. That's his choice also. But he has wrote money, you have to extort people. What extortion here? Mabalendromo extortion case. And I'm not taking it from an emotional side of point of view, but your name should not even be held. You should say that's a conversation I would never have. And as a grown man, not just that, as a respectable man in society, just say that's a conversation I'm not willing to have about another man. You don't know what he has, whether he has wives, children, this, that. It's good for your business and it's good for everything else. But kana takuspenda mari dzese kuendesana mumedia come on, you know you're more beneficial as a businessman being good to another business Zimbabwean guy. Because Muntori around the same age, you're only 10 years older than him. That's not a lot. You could do business together properly. But vakadzi ava zvavari kuita ubalance was staring pasiriripo. That's where I'm coming in and saying shut it down. Nevakadzi ava vatori neagenda dzavo vari kuda mari yake and ane mari. I'm not gonna lie about it. He's worth enough millions in the US dollars. Enough. So kana vanhu vanoda kuita extortion voshandisa imimi vamawereka zviburitse munyaya yacho because pazvinoperera kumapena mune maakubatanidzirwa chinzi maamuripo ipapo zvoita ungowo imimi monzonzi because mukadzi wacho atoti iye ataura mukadzi wacho yechipo wacho ari kuti hanzi imi muri ngochani. Alright, muda kutiisa mavhidhiyo acho hanzi mavoice thing with this cheapo girl and why is it such a big thing? Arikuti muri ngochanika saka muda kuiswa. She's accusing zvese, and once she does that, she's also going to try and extort you also nemari yacho. I'm being honest with you here. You're a grown man, you shouldn't associate yourself with such cheap, stupid women. Mama Were, you can play I don't know this cheapo girl. I don't know this girl. I don't know her. I understand. She's now made a new allegation. And she's even said she has proof. She's seen you with men. You have told her you're not into women, everything else. She will make it viral and try and extort money out of you. Whether it's going to be true or not does not matter. It's the fact that Mkumama Simba now wants the story. She now wants the money. So when you don't pay her, out there. So if you want it, the voice note in denial, and I'm keeping it because I'm a good lawyer, what I'm going to do is it can be played on every media outlet, radio station, everything else. You shut this girl down, shut this Mkumama Simba down. Make your statement and say I'm not associated with this. And I'm telling you now, because you know what? You know what she will do? She will come after you also. It's all about extorting the wealthy men. You think you're not a target? Hey, let this people start this. He will tell on you in a second for his own fame and popularity. This cheapo girl, she wants to extort you for your own fame and popularity and money. I'm asking you, if you care about your reputation and who you are as a man and what you've built, shut it down. Because to be honest with you, you don't even need to be associated with Nyans. We don't get through high school. Come on now.
Yeah, you heard it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I was talking to you, Mdara. What's your answer?
No, I don't have time for this.
I can just sue you, Mdara.
Yeah?
She's gonna sue you. She's an international lawyer, Mdara. International. What is an international lawyer?
Yeah, and let her practice law. What can I do? So that's what she trained for. No, she says she has sued you before, but because you are mentally sick, she couldn't get far. Yeah.
If she sued me before, if I'm mentally sick, right? Even if I commit a crime, if I'm mentally sick, I'll go to a mental prison.
Yeah, so just hear my response that I shared with you. Times have I included you in conversation with Divine? Yeah. Then what did I tell Divine?
Okay, play your response that please.
You can't hear it.
We were not there, but we cannot be.
I said I don't have ears to hear what you are doing. If you know Chipo better than I do, I don't know Chipo. And Chipo was your friend, business partner, not mine. And I said, you guys must find each other, talk to each other, solve your problems outside my knowledge and consent. He called somebody from Zimbabwe, three-way line, Mr. Mawere must talk to Chipo. I said, how do I get involved in Chipo's affairs? If you have a problem with Chipo, talk to Chipo. Chipo was accusing me like this lady in Australia of all these things. She didn't know me, but she was saying a lot about me. And I told Chipo, where do you know me from? I told Divine, please. And what does Divine say? If you look just the coherence of what he is saying, then you understand there's some disconnect somewhere. Yesterday, without first, he was very intrusive. He calls me many times. You must do this, you must do that. What authority do I have? Get him to take it off in the name of C2C and my dignity. This is a dispute between him, Chipo, and Masimba. Masimba and Chipo were in a video. Masimba post the video. I said, if I put it, I'll take it out. And I said, on my page, I took it out. I said, no, there's nothing that I need from that. I've not watched it. I'm not interested in knowing his nudity or whatever he does in his life. Then at least that is a good reason. I said, and design rules, he's giving me instructions. Design rules of what is talked about on your platform. If it's C2C, if it's Mawere platform, then I just say it's my platform. Then I tell people the rules. But it's a Facebook open platform. Anyone can post anything. And it's between the person who has been defamed and the person who is defamed. I don't go to Facebook to say, Facebook, you have defamed me. Because I don't know what is the truth, what is not the truth. I'm not an investigator. But all of a sudden, Divine thinks I am. It's your brainchild. Brilliant idea. Now C2C is my brainchild. Imagine I was a president of a church or president of something. Then he said the football cup is your brainchild. Anything that happens to the player, you must get involved. Brainchild. What is his role in it? But what lessons I told him 2 weeks ago, I said, Divine, go in the public, explain yourself. And explain your relationship with Chipo. I had a conversation with him in Kwama Simba and himself to say, guys, you may use your public, don't use me. I have no say on facts that fall outside my knowledge and consent. I have no reason to know what the truth is. what is this all about? I don't know where that fight comes from. I don't know what their relationship is. Chipo was with Mr. Mugari, detailing how well she knows me. Mugari was my dad's campaign manager. What has that got to do with me? Now Mugari left Zimbabwe to meet here. It all came from sea to sea. When you came to Zimbabwe, what is that in South Africa? What has that got to do with me?
Exactly. There's nothing to do with that.
That's how they met. She is using sea to meet and seek and destroy my reputation. How do you use sea to see? What is sea to see?
There's no that shade understanding what we're talking about. And of all the things, if someone there's no need. I'll just have to approach my lawyer, and then the lawyer will do the work. Not that the lawyer will come to you, calling you, threatening you, sending a message. Whatever from.
Yeah. I said, you know, my father told me to talk to you. Talk to me about it. You have already concluded that I have a role to play. Because you've seen me in videos with Mgoma Masiba, therefore Mgoma Masiba is my agent. He's not a human being. He's not sovereign to make his own decision. He cannot be sued in his own name. He's now a body corporate. I mean, he now becomes me. Yeah? And I become his outer ego. Yeah. And I become group, and we are fighting over this kind of mindset. Lawyers coming up and say, I'm a lawyer. And any lawyer would know that you are evidence, you must be evidence-based. What is the evidence? Yeah. Then she's used, then now use the platform to post nudity. What platform? If she has posted on my page, then I have power to remove. But I don't have access to Mugoma Masiba's page. It's not my page. I said, talk to Mugoma Masimba. Hey, I do not want to be a topic of discussion. Yes, well, you don't want to be a topic of discussion, but you have to deal with whatever is being discussed. Because it's not my nude pictures. It is nudity, not my nudity. And she's now talking of extortion, that I'm involved in extortion. You have spoken to Chipo. Has she ever spoken about an extortion? Or she's complaining that the divine is defaming her, that she is Munangagwa, say associate or stooge or say assassin or whatever. And I asked divine, why do you use those hateful words? Why do you have to be involved in that? Why not just keep quiet? Now you are saying this person, Chipo, is somewhat involved with Mnanga, but you have evidence of that. That she's a ZANU-PF person. Do you have, if you don't have evidence, why do you have to bring the president's name in? Now the president will be caught up in this nudity and all this confusion. But it comes from you, your own mouth. He admitted that. That's what he said about Chipo. She acts as if she's ZANU-PF. I said, who is ZANU-PF divine? Who acts like I may be associated with you, but I'm not you. Chipo approached me thinking I'm close to you. And I knew about the investment that they'd made. I have no idea. But my ears are being abused even to listen to Chipo. I put them on a conference call, the two of them, to say, guys, get on with it, solve your problems if you have problems. But they have nothing to do with me. So don't implicate me in anything that you do. But he then goes to this lady that I don't know, knows my. Now the father is involved. Now she wants to pick up a fight with me. For what reason? I don't know. Huh? If she's got a problem with Mugoma Masimba, let her solve it. He's got a contact, he's got a Facebook page. He has got a right of reply. He can talk to him directly. But now, they say, it's what? And I do not, we made payment via Zone for Energy. I'm not C to C. And he takes no instruction from me.
I have no time for this really. This is now with Mkwama Simba. So I said, you make this a story on your show, on my show. I am the programmer on Facebook, on social media. I have time for that. Please help me. He's saying, help me remove with Masimba to remove the story. Then I said, it was raised, and I had to respond to. Have you spoken to him? I asked Divine. He is unreasonable. It will cost me money to get him to do it. It will cost me money to get him to do it. So there's money between him and Mugoma. So they've spoken. That would have been. I rather you take it off. He talks to C2C, and me paying $30. So what is that going to do with me? That's him. Find an explanation. If he says I've been instructed by Mawere to ask for money from Divine, fine. Then let's go to Mugama Simba. Did you do this? He is representing C2C, he said. I did not agree to be displayed naked. It's still up. Just ask him how C2C is involved in all this. He was a dispute resolving SP, your agreement with him. What is the dispute? I'm saying is go on social media, talk about these issues. If it's extortion, expose it. That this is what happened. These are the facts. On this day, they asked for money. Mukoma Masimba asked for money to pull some dirty things, and that's extortion. So why can't he do that? He's got the facts. I don't have the facts about extortion. Then he said, and you watch the entire thing, it implicates you as the architect of the method that he mediates. I do not consent to that. I don't have, what is he talking about? I am now the architect of somebody else who is a sovereign human being who makes his own choices. All of a sudden, I'm now the
releasing James Ray from any and all liability. If you don't challenge yourself, and if you don't become vulnerable to certain risks, you end up being a very mediocre type of person. Kirby was willing to take a risk in anything.
So I tell him, I've not listened to the audio. Who is C2C to Mkoma Masimba? I hope it is not me. Then what is right? Yes, it is. It's me. I'm C2C. But my name is Mtuma Mawere. I'm now C2C. You are allowing him to use your name and display nudity. I am allowing him. So he is suggesting that before Mkoma Masimba publishes anything, he must seek consent from me. I am not C2C. And he takes no instruction from me. I have no time for this really, Divine. We made payment via Zonfu Energy. I do not want to consult lawyers to have to send money. What has that to do with membership? Yeah? He links it all to C2C. That's him. Talk to him and establish the facts with Mkoma Masimba, not with me. I want to have him delete. I want to have him delete if you get him to agree. He's asking me for my help to get him to do something. The lawyer is not asking for my help. The lawyer is saying, I'm guilty. To the lawyer, he says, it's me. To me, he says, can you help me? Yeah? How can I help somebody who's got a lawyer to do that? I'm not Divine's lawyer. He doesn't pay me, but he wants me to work for him. that he paid $30 to be a member of C2C, and therefore that money must go towards my time. That I must give up my time. Right now, I'm giving up my time even to listen to Rumbi. Who is Rumbi? Maybe he will understand and respect you and take it down. Maybe. But to Rumbi, it's not maybe. It means I'm part of a conspiracy. Yeah? Hello?
Yeah, okay.
I don't know yet.
He's not even a lawyer. Now I remember, I know that person.
Yeah. So I don't know yet. Then she just sent me, I don't even have a contact details. And she just sent me a number. It's an Australian number or something.
Yeah, if she said my name is Rupia, she's the one. I know her.
So I have, and he said he only listens to you. So Mkwama Simba listens to me. So if he listens to me, then why should I give up time to deal with matters that he made a decision? And if Mkwama Simba makes a decision to host a show, that's his decision.
I cannot control that.
Yeah, I did not need to consult him to take it off from my page. I just took it on my own. Yeah? Now she's yeah, and then I said, true, but I need your help if you can. To Rumbi, he's not saying that he needs my help. He's saying that I'm guilty as charged. Huh? It's guilty by association. Now I am an associate of 25,000 Facebook followers. 5,000 friends. I'm an associate of 30,000 LinkedIn, 70,000 Twitter followers. I'm their associate. Huh? It's not fair for him to scapegoat me. If Mkwama Simba is using my name, then it's not fair. That's what I told Divine. Yeah, but he's telling me, giving me instructions, Divine. Yeah, and Rumbi says, no, this is just men being used by one mentally ill woman. But who is the mentally ill? Is it Mkwama Simba? Who is mentally ill? This story does not come from BhukuReBenzi. It's brought into Mkwama Simba's life. But we call Mkwama Simba the one who is mentally insane. Yet she is now introducing another mentally insane. But Divine himself. I said, what kind of a person would do this? I mean, you go to Rumbi and say Mawere is the architect. You join an association, a voluntary association. Then you say whoever started it must be accountable. If it's a company, the shareholder must be the one who is accountable, not the directors of the company, of which he is available to be a director. He doesn't want to take any responsibility for anything. If you say, Divine, bring a Rumbi into this association so that we have lawyers, we have this, they'll be able to assist as part of C2C, not me. That reduces the time that he wants me to work for him. He wants me to give up my time so that I work for him in dispute resolution. Chipo wants to give up my time so that I deal with the Divine. That's how I got involved in this. Dr. Kuwanda, whose money was involved in all this, he also wanted me to be involved in resolving a dispute with him and Divine. And I told both of them, that's not my work. That's not my job. I got 24 hours in a day. So he goes and tells one thing, this one. He goes and tells another thing, that one. Who is really sick in all this? Now they're saying Mawere is also sick because we've seen him with Mkoma Masimba. And Rumbi takes that to be fact. Goes after a shareholder. And the person is in America. Who knows that? No. The control of anything is vested in the people who are appointed to do that. We say, let's build C to C so that we avoid these problems being personalized. Imagine you're president of the country, your minister divorces. Then the wife or the husband says, divorce because of you, Mr. President. Fire him. Yeah? Then what kind of civil? And the person, all these two people are not in Zimbabwe. One would expect that in another civilization, that's what would be the law. Somebody threatens Dokunyadzisa, Harare Metro, whatever, H Metro, and talk ill of you. So it's in your interest to be involved. The more I get involved, I piss somebody off. Mawere has taken sides with the Divine. What kind of life is this? And a lawyer is the one who is fueling that. Huh? Yesterday I told Chipo, sort your problems with Divine. I can't get involved. Huh? Yeah. Who is Hure, who is not Hure?
Hello? 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 Mkwama Simba, are you there? Are you there?
Hello, Mdara.
Yeah.
Mdara, I value Mdara. I don't want to drag you in this mud fight, like pigs fighting. Mdara, to me, let them talk to me. If they have an issue with me, they will come to me. But when they come to me, I don't answer their calls. They have to meet me live on Facebook. I'm writing a book. I'm looking for my mother. I'm pulling my work on.
Okay. So I think
Yes.
you have heard that conversation I shared with Rumbi, and she knows what I think. And I also brought here to you, and then she freaked out because you were on the line, and I don't know what kind of Zimbabwe is possible when the people in Zimbabwe behave as if they don't know each other. People outside Zimbabwe also behave in the same manner. There is no civility. You are you. You have a choice to make until you die. The moment we don't respect the choices you make, we are also disrespecting ourselves. What kind of a person would seek to make another human being inferior to another, to allow somebody to be called brainless and somebody to then assume the brain of another? On Facebook, wherever you are, outside my ears, outside my eyes, you are you. Even if I'm there, you still remain you. If you want to go to the toilet, so be it, you go. If you want to drink water, you drink water. If you want to do something, you have to do it yourself. You are the agent of your own life. But this is what I have always shared, even on radio. And if that is mentorship, so be it. You can't be a fraction of another human being. Nobody can take you to be less human than you are. Even if you are mentally sick, I still salute your right to make your own choices. If you want to eat shit, it's your choice. As long as you don't give it to me to join you in eating shit that you decide to eat. Who am I? Now to be called names by people who know where the nude pictures came from. No picture can take itself. No one can be a victim of their own authorship. If you have a picture, which is what I told Divine, are you in the nude pictures? Says yes. So I said, what is the problem? There are many nude people in the world. They don't have to apologize for it. What is the blackmail? How can you be blackmailed when you are in the mail itself? Somebody took pictures. If it was taken without your consent, the person who took those pictures is your target. But if it was your consent, somebody then got those pictures. The pictures have no legs. They can't walk. They only come from somebody who is living like me. There are no pictures in the graveyards. You don't see one. So why blame those who are talking about what was created outside their knowledge? Why seek to make other people the problem when the problem starts with the body that could only fit into a camera? You can't take pictures where there are no objects. If there are no objects, it will be just blank. But you are the object of this. And what you are concerned about is your reputation, not other people's reputation. I asked you that why not go to Nkoma Simba? Go there and talk about nudity. Why did you have to take your picture and you listen and you fit into the camera only to disown what you have, whether it's Chipo or anybody else? If those pictures exist, they exist not because of Nkwama Simba or myself. I don't create pictures. I don't have a mechanism of creating objects in a picture that becomes a subject of conversation. If there's a fight between Divine and Chipo, it is only the two of them who can sort it out. Where there's will, there's a way. You don't even have to worry. There is nobody in those pictures that doesn't exist. But if you want to hold somebody accountable for something that you have created, then that is not good. It's not right. It's not right to point fingers at others. Imagine Zimbabwe was a person, 40 years, and people are still pointing fingers. This one is an agent of imperialism. This one is the one who caused sanctions. This one did that. This one did that. Can we have a civilization of pointing fingers? Making Kwama Simba the subject of discussion of something that occurred outside his knowledge and consent? Those pictures do exist. They were not sent as manna from heaven. They exist because somebody agreed to be the object in the picture. Having done so, whatever follows from a choice of somebody else, the consent of somebody else. So if I have consented to be in a picture and I was undressed, whether it was for surgery, whatever it is, the reality is that that object exists. Just take responsibility for it and say, it is my picture. What's wrong with me being naked? How many people are naked? How many people are fools who try to hide their foolishness in certificates, in all these complicated languages? How many people are mabenzi chaiwo who then point a finger at others? Even if I admit I'm a monkey, I won't become a monkey. You can't hide who you are by trying to stop the world from dealing with what exists. If something exists, please acknowledge it exists. Acknowledge you played a part in its existence. Then only then can we stand tall on our legs and say, I'm a man, not on my knees, begging somebody else to stop what is inevitable. If the picture exists, why beg me to kill something you authored, you gave birth to? If you have given birth to something that you don't want, just don't take pictures of nudity. Just get yourself out of the camera. There's nobody that will take a picture of nothing. Once you have presented yourself in a camera naked, accept that that will come out one day. And if it does come up, then you must stand tall on your feet and say, it's me who is there in that picture. And I stop that conversation. I come to Guama Simba and apologize for now trying to play him, not play the ball. The ball was authored outside my knowledge. All of a sudden, which I told Chipo, please, my ears are not very intelligent to hear everything that has to be heard. If you join C to C, please sort out with another person who steps on your toe and it's painful. If it's painful, please do something. And we can then look at each other in the face. So we need to be able to take something, lessons out of this. Who is to blame for nude pictures that exist, that find themselves in the open world, and somebody has them? Was Chipo there? How did Chipo get those pictures? If she stole, then it is up to the one who has property in the picture. Who would have property in the picture of nude person? Imagine I walk around with your pictures of your nudity. Then what do I do with those pictures? I run around and say, this is fine. So this is where we are as a people. So Mkwama Siba, I hope you have listened and understood what I am saying, because I've become sucked into this absurdity, this nonsense of nude pictures that were created by people who are living. Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, anyway.
What I can say to him, Darab, what I can say to you, Darab, I chose to leave my wife. I chose to be on the streets. Then the Zimbabweans, remember Zimbabwe, hashtag Zimbabwe. What I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to prove a point that what you taught me. Why did I choose to be a Mendo? Because you taught me Zimbabwe. There's nothing called Zimbabwe. So I'm showing you now with my book, BhukuReBenzi. You're right. Teacher, I'm right. That's what I'm doing here, Mdara. I'll tell you a story, Mdara, which is very in short. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Today, yesterday and today, I got a call. Nimusukuru Zobo. Right?
Yeah.
Akati Mkoma Masimba. Please, Musa Kanga Dodi for Refeneko. I know Refeneko. Please, Mkoma Masimba. Market me. I'm going to my hot seat. Muzukuru Zobo. Right? They said, if you want me to market you, I can't market anybody. But please tell Refeneko, I know Refeneko. I know Refeneko, right? But you see, Muzukuru Zobo, what sit? If you remember him, Dara.
Yeah.
Argo France.
Yeah.
Muzukuru was Zobo. Alikupi Argo France. Sekuru wake Zobo fought for Zimbabwe. Argo France. She's called me, Obama Simba. Let's be professional. Rufeneko hadi dodi. Aruzaganaka. Iwewe. What I'm saying to you, BhukuReBenzi, ndawa benzi. Niwewe futi mzukuri wewe. Na Rufeneko wacho. What I'm doing for Namdara, I'm looking for Rufeneko. That's not you sending me to me for my own reasons, BhukuReBenzi. That's why that would come to it, Mdara. Come to it. And I'll do it, Mdara. That's me, not you.
After 2 people died and more than 1,000 were in the hospital, what they called the Warriors, they called the CPR guys. They were putting together their exercise.
Hello?
Hello, Mdara.
Yeah. So let's, yeah.
Nini, I don't waste your time. When come to my personal issues, I solve them. Then I talk to, I don't want to waste your time. Divine is talking on a personal issue. C2C is not about personal issues. It's about you. Right? You can't be involved in domestic issues, Mdara. I've learned, Mdara. I've learned, I'm learning, I am learning, and I'm learning again. That's what I can say. Dara, I learned from you. Simba, be organized. I don't do what you like, but I only shared with you what he said to me. I respect you. I value your time. I value you. You are my mentor, my choice. That's it. Then I told them, if you want to shut down BhukuReBenzi, can you prove that Mawere is corrupt? Can you prove Mawere Araba Mariako? So they can't stop me until they prove it. That's my decision to you.
Yeah, so let's close. I have to take off.
Okay, Mdara, can you do your closing remarks, Mdara?
I've already closed.
About Divine, the lawyer, just in short, because you know why? There's some people just joining now, Mdara. In short, what is your relationship with me? What is BhukuReBenzi? What is to see? What is you? Please, Mdara, please.
All right, I think as we discussed, this is a big lesson. I got to know Chipo through a dispute involving Divine. The dispute was caused from a trading that Dr. Kuanda had lost money. Dr. Kuanda knows Chipo. Chipo then took the responsibility to talk to me about Divine, which I did. And today I'm now part of these nude pictures just for listening, trying to intervene to solve a problem that was done without my knowledge and account. And that's where we are. So what do we learn?
So Mdara, is I would choose some mentor wangu. You're still alive right now. So what have you learned from BhukuReBenzi? What have you learned from me as a student? Based on your other students, or your other friends or mentees?
I've learned that mapenzi takawanda, that those we think are not mapenzi, they turn out to disappoint those who want to be normal. There are those who pretend to know better, know nothing. There are people who pretend to be professional, but running nude pictures. Those who are mapenzi are nude pictures. So,
yes.
Benzi ndiani. So that's
BhukuReBenzi is my dedication. Because you know why? You are still alive. I'm talking to you right now. I'm just dedicating to you. I've learned and I'm learning. I unlearn and learn again. I'm learning that.
Yeah. So you must celebrate that you are not alone. There are people who call themselves lawyers. Then they threaten the very person that they are supposed to deal with in court. So what do we do? Where do we go? Yeah. So we have now.
Dara, that's all I can do. Is I'm static. I'm writing a book. What is this book? Can you explain to the people the book? What is this book, Dara?
If you look at,
according to you,
life is a book, but you are the author of your life. You can choose to do audio, you can do video, you can do text, but it's still your life. So every point of the way, thank you very much for being able to bring this matter to the public so that people can also learn. This is not about Divine. It's not about Chipo. It's about us. So
yes,
whatever you do, then be able to benefit from other people who are out there in the front line telling their stories, rather than come to the front line to give lectures about giving links to this or that. There are people who believe that you must be ostracized. Even coming to your platform is bad therapy. Yet Chipo was able to download, Divine was able to download, and C2C is alive. Can you imagine now? I know Rumpi, I didn't know her from a bar of soap. Just having that show has allowed some people to come to the fore. That's what society is about. And that's how we get to know each other. Yeah. And somebody says, why should I explain your book? If you ask me to say, what have you learned? I've learned that people don't want to talk about substance. They want to talk about nude pictures. They want to talk about things that have nothing to do with what today is, what time today is. So Tembi, if somebody looks up to you, don't look down upon them. Somebody decides, I want to go to the moon. Let them go to the moon without you. What do you lose by just keeping quiet? If somebody looks up to meat and I fly towards the meat. If somebody wants mentorship, they will go to the person they want to be mentored by. Who am I to decide who should look up to me or not? But if the person steps forward and says, I'm learning from you, I salute that person, because that's what life is. People decide who to listen to, who to look up to, and if that choice is made, I have to respect that choice. If someone knocks on my door and said, I've learned from you, there are many people I've taught, I've shared experiences with, but they would rather keep quiet. If they are asked, do you know Mawere? They will say, I don't know. So I was just speaking on Tembi, who says, why should Mawere explain about your book? He is not the author. I explained about Jesus, but I didn't write any Bible. I don't know whether it's true or false. But according to Tembi, I must not talk about Jesus because I'm not the author of the Bible. Life is about drawing lessons. Only yesterday, I didn't know who Rumbi is. But Ketes of Mkoa Simba, hosting Chipo, where the nude pictures were downloaded, today I know her. Only know her for threatening me. So in one of the audios, I said to her, can't you just tell me who you are before you start insulting me or pointing fingers at me? I never listened to that video. I don't have an audio to listen to that. I didn't listen to it. That's the truth. Even up to now, we have reached a good conclusion, but you clearly to prefer to play dirty. So let the games begin. Good luck. That's what she is. And she is now threatening me. That is the game.
Dara,
Yeah.
Dara, now is I chose you as memento. Is your student. Where am I getting it wrong?
No, there are people who believe that you are sick, mentally sick, forgetting that there are other people who are mentally sick as well. So let's talk about mental sickness. Who is sick and who is not sick? You may be surprised that as you go along writing your book, you pass through various stations of people who pretend to be who they are not. Yeah. So I think we have done for today. Just be yourself. Don't be a fraction of another person. Don't allow anyone to substitute you. If you feel like you're going live, if you feel like doing what you need to do, Please be yourself. You have one life to live. Don't leave it in the shadow of anybody, including me. And I am learning from you that I can stand on my legs and proclaim that it remains. And I'm writing a book in the mind and the eyes and the ears and also the frame of Benzi, so that I can get to know who is and who is not Benzi. That book is what brings us here, to understand the nature of life, to understand what a dash is. When you say I'm working on my dash, I'm pulling my wagon. Indeed, it's your wagon. Don't allow anybody else to be somebody in your life that is not you. Does he need to go live with Mama Were account? Though if you say he has to be himself, yes, we are saying let's connect ourselves, Tembi. I don't have an account. If I'm dead, Tembi, this account means nothing. Who is going to load pictures? Imagine Jesus had died, but what he left was something bigger. He left a Facebook page, and that's what Christians are using until now, because his story was public. There were people who remained to tell the story. Imagine I'm dead, and I privatized my password. I privatized my username. When I'm dead, I've killed access to it. If you wanted to download it, how do you download it when you can't have access? How do you become an editor? This means when I'm gone, my page is open. For those who knew me, they can say, yes, on the 18th of October, we were together. This is what I said. This is what I didn't say. Let's write our own books. Let's document them. Who loses? Because Tembi, you are already part of it. Your question is a pertinent question. Why should somebody protect a Facebook page, a Twitter account, a SoundCloud, a YouTube, WhatsApp messages? Surely when other people can benefit from them. What is life after all, Tembe? Is it not about sharing experiences, insights, knowledge, ideas on things that matter? There are people who are learning as we are going on with our own business of life. Mawere does not exist. I'm just perishable. Tomorrow I'm gone. What remains is not me. What remains are things that I've said. What remains is the memory of who I was, who I am, how I choose to spend my time. If I don't spend with those we call mapenzi, then I spend with those who call themselves professional. Then I have a problem. Mr. Mawere ndimi muchaburitsa WhatsApp message enyu here imi. Yes, I always publish them so that I make it easier for people to understand me. If you can't hear me correctly, you got the message and you can use it so that you can hear me correctly on your own time. I worry that there are people who in their graveyards have a lot of stories that are hidden in coffins, when in life they never said anything about what they believe in. They never bridged anyone to something. They never allowed those who were crying to find a shoulder to cry to. I worry about people who don't share. So I'm concerned. I'm here to bear testimony that ears of others can help advance what needs to be advanced. So Tembi, thank you for asking the question. Thank you for registering your sentiments. I have no doubt that history will always connect us on this day of the Lord, the 18th of October, 2020. There's nothing we can change. History never lies. It will just tell others that we're here, and those who insult others, history will never lie. It will still tell the story. It's still your life. If you choose your time to spend on advising others to live life, you'll be the ultimate fool, because life has no lessons. You live it, and you make mistakes as you go along, because you are writing your own book. So write it well, because it never lies. It tells others what you said and didn't say. All we're doing is recording it. If you want my account, Tembi, Facebook account, by all means. That's why we said, let's build a circle around news so that together we can build the kind of future that we want. So I think we're done here.
Dara, what I can say to you, thank you very much, Dara. I know Koburi Kwashiba, what I can ask you, Dara, please, I want to book for a show, please. I want you to have one-on-one with Tembi. Tembi is my best friend. I met Tembi in South Africa in 2007. We went to college together with the diplomas there together. And I want you to speak to Tembi. When can we do that?
Yeah, and Tembi says, I'm coming to use your account as well. So don't worry, I will stop post any nudes. I will not post any nudes, no problem. Even with nudes, Tembi, as long as you are part of the nude, don't take a ghost nudity. So as long as Tembi, you are the nude in the picture, be proud of your picture. If you got small weapons of mass destruction, then they will just show on the picture. Pictures don't lie. So why should you be afraid of who you are? So whether you are nude or not, Tembi, you are welcome. But don't deny you are in the picture. Don't be blackmailed by your own nudity. Just be yourself, Tembi. If you don't have that weapon, you must have yours. Yeah. Okay.
Means I'm trying to testify. Yeah, I want to book for a show. One-on-one, Mawiri and Tembi. When can what's your schedule tomorrow?
No, I don't need to. You can talk to Tembi. I've already spoken to Tembi. We already spoken. So I don't need to. If you say you are my mentee, why not take the mantle and go on with Tembi? Tembi, what are you saying? Yeah, like Millie says, Mainzanise, thank you. You're teaching Mama where I'm learning a lot. So you're not alone. There are people who are positive in life, who believe that we are all Mapenzi, the greatest general of the time, one of the big men of the time. His name was George Washington. He said, I walk on untrodden ground, and every step I make is a precedent. Who is smart enough to know what the next second brings? Who has cheated death? If you find a person who has cheated death and say, I'm above death, then that person is not Benzi. We all are ignorant of what a nanosecond brings to life. We all don't know what we need to know. We are too small. Yet we call other people mapenzi. How dare we go that far to judge other people? Yet we don't want to be judged. So how many mapenzi are people who were born with zero knowledge about what is to come? Yet the passage of time exposes us to things that we didn't know. We are all fools. Because if we are not fools, then we would have a compass that tells us tomorrow this will happen. Tomorrow this you meet so and so. So let's celebrate those who try to bring us together. It doesn't take a fool. Those who are fools divide people. Those who are not fools unite people. So that today I can say I know Merindo. I can say I know Brian Musekiwa. I can say I know Rugare. I know Millie because somebody decided to call this experience BhukuReBenzi. How many people are foolish but write foolish books thinking that they are smart, they are organized? One was telling Mawere, you can't be a mentor. This man can't write a book. I said, tell me yourself, what is a smart book? What is life? Isn't it a book? How many fortune tellers are fools? They tell you something that is yet to happen, yet they die before it happens. How many people think they're smarter than the Creator, who is not visible, who is not with us, but yet created everything needed to live life, including the people you need to live life better. So we're here for a purpose, but we don't create the purpose. We celebrate it. Our diversity is our strength. Those who are fools, insane, we need them. If they can bring us together, they are no longer fools. Imagine nude pictures have been kept silent in closets, only to be opened on Nkoma Masimba's show. Isn't that cause to celebrate? That at least there is hope. That those who keep hidden things, who give you a false personality, should be the ones looking in the mirror and say, who is the fool? Those are the problems that we face. How many people think they're presidents when they are not? When they're just fools, wearing a suit and a tie, getting a microphone, abusing a microphone, calling other human beings stooges, puppets, mapenzi, economic saboteurs. Yet they're the biggest economic saboteurs themselves. And how many people are blind, but they were given eyes to see? How many people pretend to know everything when just like mosquitoes in the scheme of life? How many people think they alone are gifted, are ordained to lead others, when those who pretend to lead are the biggest fools? How do you lead somebody where you have not been? Get there first. Tell the story. Tell your story. Don't tell us about the future that you don't control. We are too small, insignificant, irrelevant for us to control what is to happen. things will unfold. Through this book, you discover many things that you don't know. Just fasten your seatbelt. Life unfolds whether you like it or not. And we know that we are too small. So just tell your story. It's enough. Don't tell Mkwama Masimba's story. He's writing his story. And we, like flies, become part of the story of meat. But meat doesn't invite flies, they come on their own. Whenever Mkwama Masimba decides to go live, that's his story. Some are never invited to his shows. They just come along the way like flies because there's something to be part of. Then they come here, pretend to know better. And you see the fools by the comments they make. Insult others. Ask others to do this or do that, yet they can't do for themselves. Just everyone is their own book of life. Rima Robert says, you are correct. We write our own stories. We make choices to be here. Then when we are here, then we say the only bench is the one who brought us here. Have you ever seen flies insulting meat? But they all come from different addresses just to come and make the meat rotten. So, who is a fool? The fly or the meat? How many people don't want to be part of their own experience and celebrate it? And celebrate Mkwama Masimba and say, if I needed a mentor, I would rather be in Mkwama Masimba's class because I get to meet those who put masks in their faces, give you a false identity. Then meanwhile, they go behind everyone's back, begging on their knees, don't publish this, pull it down. Why pull down life? A spoken word can never be withdrawn. A nude picture can never be withdrawn. Celebrate whatever you've done. How many fools would rather bury their lives in closets, come out smiling when they have daggers to kill the very people that they say they look up to? How many people don't have the courage to tell somebody, I look up to you? Just to say that. To say I'm a believer in Prophet Muhammad. I've never seen him, but faith has taken me this far. I'm a believer in Jesus. I don't need to see him. Yet when they come here, they have no one to respect. They have no one to look up to because they alone are the people who need to just judge by the comments you see and see how far we have to get our conversations to reflect on what is yet to be done, on choices that have been made today so that tomorrow can be better for all of us. Celebrate your words, celebrate your nudity, celebrate your life, Tembi. You are you. You can't have a weapon of mass destruction that you buy for an occasion carry and say, now I bought it. It was given to me. We are born with it. Clothes don't make us who we are. We don't need any skin lightening cream. I am me, and I remain me. I am like a lion. I remain a lion. I don't become black. I don't become Zimbabwean. I am me. So it is me. If you see me nude, it's me. If you see me clothed, it's me. If you see me in Australia, it's still me. When you see me in Russia, it's still me. When I'm dead in all the places where life is. I'm gone. So let us celebrate life. Let us be positive. Let us not be negative. This lawyer who calls me, who sends me a message, she wants to we reached a good conclusion after insulting me. A person says, we, including me, leave me out of this nonsense. But you clearly prefer to play dirty. I prefer to say by speaking truth to power. That's dirty than for me to tell you I need to know you in my life because of nude pictures. You're telling me don't associate with Mkoma Masimba, don't do this. You are becoming my campus of my life. I have my own cross. I have my own journey. I have my own wagon. It doesn't have a lawyer called Rumbi in it. If you're a lawyer to your client, not to me. So please leave me alone. If you don't see the sense of building communities, learning from other people, never to take nude pictures and employ people who call themselves lawyers, no confidentiality, call a victim of this nonsense. Then you'd say me, I told you, Chipo never, she told me that she never said that she slept with me. I don't know yet. She doesn't. If I meet you on the street, I wouldn't know, except through Mukoma Masiba. Somebody wants to bully me, doesn't know how far I've gone, doesn't know my own journey. But she thinks she wants to play me. And I'll take you to H Metro. I will do this, I'll do that. If this is the kind of civilization we have, where people come out with masks, they call themselves doctors, lawyers. Not because they're doctors or lawyers of life. They go to school so that they can intimidate you with titles and call everyone else a Benzi outcast, less human than them. What kind of life is this? What kind of nonsense is this? Just telling me that I can't be in a community because I don't like what happens in a community. Who is going to change society if you can't be part of Mapenzi Ajo? Who is not Benzi? If you can't see yourself in the eyes of others, if you can't humble yourself that you don't know everything, you know nothing, then you come here to tell me that you are the best lawyer, I will sue you. Go ahead if that pleases you. But what kind of life is this? Somebody doesn't want to belong. Divine says, I'm C to C, but Mawere, you must be my leader. Who is going to lead me to lead you? How can I lead you to something I've never been? Tell me what Mr. C to C is, what Miss C to C is, what do they look like? Imagine Mkoma Simba has given life to an idea called C to C. Now C to C is being blamed for nude pictures. But C to C does not exist. It's just an idea. It's just a logo. It has nothing to do with life. Like Zimbabwe, it's just a logo. How many people say they are patriotic? They want to save something they've never seen. And they come here to give us lectures. I want to be a community builder, yet you want to abuse Mawere to take his time to talk about nude pictures that you created outside me. This is not what life is meant to be. Whether you're poor or rich, you have 24 hours in a day. Just stay in your lane. If you have nude pictures, talk to your nude pictures. Don't drag others. Then you say they're all trying to what? To drive what? Life doesn't lie. It just tells your story. And you are the storyteller because you are in it. You have to be part of your own experiences. But don't make others. Don't use shadows. Don't use ghosts to start to blame them for exposing what you have exposed already. If you are naked, the picture will still be naked. It will show that you are naked. You can't change your picture. You can't change reality. You employ crazy people calling themselves this or that. I'll sue you, I'll do this. Who the hell do you think you are in the scheme of life? Then you come here to try to tell me, to give me lectures about life, as if you know what my life is. I don't know yours. You can't even introduce yourself. Just to say, my name is so and so. I want to learn how to be a better person, learning from other people's experiences. It's now Mkoma Masimba ways to take the next step. Here somebody says, Mawere owns muzukuru wake. That muzukuru mwana, yet mwana wangu ndio baba wa muzukuru wangu. And this happens. And these people tell themselves that they are educated. Where? Who educates you about life? Who is the professor of life? Who doesn't die? If Caesar can die, I know that I am also going to die. And I am also going to get out of this. So what is mine? What is my Facebook page? What is Mkoma's Masimba's page? What does it mean to have my page, my life? What does it mean if I cannot control it? If my departure is already set, how can I say I don't want to die? Give me 2 minutes so that I can say goodbye. There is no goodbye. Death is final. It's inevitable. It may not be predictable, but it does take place. It does part of life. But people are so stupid. Huh? People have got the opportunity to pull you down. That's what we get PhDs for. Pull him down. And she can go to H Metro. She's a smart person, according to her. She's the expert, but not an expert of my life. Tell me what to do. Who is that expert? You can take me to the river. I won't drink when I'm not thirsty. You don't have to tell me what to do, who to talk to. I am not in the nude, but I'm nude. In 24 hours of my life, I may be nude. But why take a picture of me nude and I wear clothes after that? Why do that? Those stupid things only to point a finger. You dig your own grave, then you say, why is the grave? Who dug it? Let us not be naive. Let us not be stupid. You are not my lawyer. You are not my doctor. If I'm not sick, don't call me to intimidate me, to tell me who I must associate with and who I must not. If somebody, there are many people I've helped in life who can't even mention my name. There are people who have learned from me. Where did you learn this? They say, I got it from heaven. They can't even say that Mawere taught me. How many people are like Mkoma Masimba, who stands up on his feet and say, I may not get it all the time, but I want to hear from Mawere before he dies, so that whatever he downloads to me, I've shared it, I've democratized it, that I've seen the promised land with my own eyes. I may not get there with you, but I want you to join me in this book, BhukuReBenzi, so that we as a people, we can solve the problem of Zimbabwe together. Because if we don't do that, we're not going anywhere else. So that is the promise. Please, don't be selfish. Your time is if you create time. Don't tell others how to live life as if you know better. We all are zero in the face of death. We don't know when it's coming. So don't tell me how to sleep, what time I should sleep. That's nothing to do with you. I have my own cross to carry. So I'm just doing it because one day I'm not here and I may not be able to talk to you. But those who live to listen, they will hear my words as if I'm still alive. Isn't that the gift of life? How many people live through life tweeting to themselves, talking to themselves, becoming experts, intimidating others, telling others how to live their lives? How many people are so foolish to think they alone were born to know what is not known? The world is bigger. We're 7 billion people. I'll never know who is who in all this. The book Robert is not giving my way a rest. I am going to rest in peace, Lori. Don't tell me. I decide if I want to rest, I'll rest. But I was given life that I didn't apply for. I didn't pay anything to be alive. So what is time in life? Whose time is it, Lord? Is it your time? If you're God, would you give me time to live even for 1 second? So the creator of life provided for me to be here today. If that creator did not want me to talk to you, Lori, I would be dead already. But while I'm alive, hear my words, because it is only me who has the gift to speak from my mind. No one else can do that for me. Glory. Be grateful, celebrate if you are learning something, and if you are not, just go to sleep. Nobody asks you. And how I spend my time, like Tembi says, it's my choice. That's why liberty is a gift of nature. I don't buy liberty in a pick and pay. You can pick it and pay for it. It's given. If I decide to sleep faster, sleep 2 hours a day, who cares? If I decide to oversleep, who cares? Why worry about me when you have a lot to achieve? Nasi munopindurwa, mwasono mkuru. So if you are there, please allow me to be myself so that you can be yourself as well. I salute everybody who is alive, because it's not easy to be alive. Yet I see people talking, giving up time to insult others. Imagine the Creator created life for you to look at your neighbor, for you to look at somebody else and ask why. Why are you still awake? Why are you associating with this? Why are you doing this? Huh? Let us celebrate. There can only be one you, is one life to live. There is no outsourcing. I can't outsource sleep and someone sleeps on my behalf. So those who are worried about my time, then they go in and then leave me. Imagine living somebody's life and not yours, taking yourself to substitute me. Why substitute me? I got an advice from a lawyer. She's telling me that she wants to advise me that this hure called Chipo, she's a prostitute. And Mawere, you are alleged, she has said that I am supposed to be her lover, her blesser. Yet, how demeaning it can be for another woman to call another woman a hure when she was given her weapons to use as she wishes. If she wants to give it out and to anyone, who am I to stop it? Huh? Who am I to control who she is? It's her body. Let her use her body as she wishes. But this stupidity must end somewhere. Huh? And what's her name? This lawyer of yours, you know her. Mgoma Simba, you know her. What's her name? It's called Rumbi. She told me her father knows me. I said, I know many people, but I'm not there to say he doesn't know me. If he knows me, good. But what has that got to do with anything? You come and insult me, send an audio rude. Yeah? And then you say, this is the world that we have to live, where people have no respect for anything except themselves. Everybody else is hure. And you are what? A virgin. Mary. Huh? And who is going to test you to see how you spend your time with who? What if you are the biggest hure in town and everybody else is not worthy? So I don't know. She's a big loyalty in his head, not just you. So you never know. She's the virgin sent and flew into life so that she judges who is a guru, who is not. Judge a person by what she says. If she boy has got a voice, let's use it. She wants to blackmail, let's do it. She wants to extort, let me be extorted. What is the problem with me being extorted? Huh? Yeah. The same Chipo says Signor is calling here. Just to say Mawere is a bad man. Mawere is this. Mawere is that. Can you imagine somebody spending his time calling people? Where did you meet them? Chipo, 20 times. I'm Signor. I'm culture. Is that the culture? To call people? I don't understand it. Just to say I know Mawere better than himself. When we all have life, I salute Signor, whoever he is. Let him stand on his own feet. Not talk about me. I don't belong to anyone. I belong to myself. I got my own journey. Don't outsource me. Don't become the master of my life when you have your own life to live. Huh? So I think I'm done, unless Mkwama Simba have got any question.
You know, at the end of the day, what it is people are trying to look for popularity or fame or whatever using someone else. Now, Wolfman's question is very simple. Would anybody care that you have nudes out there? In actual fact, would anyone even leak them? What is it worth? Everything comes down to what it's worth for them. You are successful in your own right. So let's go and attack. It's like a tall poppy syndrome. Because honestly, while they're talking about them, they're talking about you for a specific reason. They also come for me for a specific reason. And I put him on the street. And I don't fight come with this not proof. He could not pay the government all the fees and all the defamation. He ended up, and he can't even go to a shelter because they deem him dangerous. He could not be mentally competent for me to sue read out. On Facebook. He could not be mentally competent for me to stand trial because I am mentally ill. And I passed the test. He's genuinely mentally ill. So he cannot stand trial. So I can't sue him that way, but I can do a civil case. And when I did that, he can't pay this government. So it means he can't even go into shelter. Paycheck. Back to my lawsuit. I don't play around. I don't play around. He knows that. And now the fact that for this guy, that's how it's not very nice to go attacking people. He tried it. My photos to Aristotle, I'm tiny. Aristotle, what runs on here? This is it. She's a prostitute. This is a phone number. They had to Google. I'm prostitute in America. They will find and try anything. Don't be worsened in the situation because all they have is talk.
So, yeah, you heard what she's saying. That has just come from Divine. And he just deleted it. So, Mkwama Simba, that's for you. Hello? Hello? Yeah, so Mkwama Simba seems to be gone. Go. So, good morning, good night. Thank you.